One, two, three. We are live. Hey. Welcome back. This is Pod Deep, episode 52. The Aftermath. We got myself, Hughes, and OD, the fellas. What's up?
What's going on?
You got it.
Okay, let's kill the elephant in the room. The presidential aftermath. How you guys feel? I'm coming with you, Ant. How you feeling?
Well, I believe I felt he was going to win before the election, but I still did my part and voted against him. I had no faith that Kamala had the people behind her to win. So I kind of expected to happen what happened, but got 4 years. We got to try to make the best of our 4 years and then move on.
I know that's right. Coming to you next, Rob. How you feeling?
I knew this was. I figured he'd win. This country's not ready for a woman president. They've shown that time and time again. So so the way I looked at it, if they didn't want a white woman president, then they damn sure didn't want a woman of color as president. And I just felt that the Democrats were too arrogant to think that they could just drop somebody in there 3 months before the election, trot out, whatever rapper or whatever, and get the election. Like that was really arrogant to think that they could pull it off. So I wasn't surprised. Just disappointed, obviously, for what potentially this could lead to.
Shit, so we did our pod last Tuesday, and I'm looking at the TV, and I think at that moment, probably like 8:30, Kamala had like 27 electoral college votes. You know who had 179? I went to bed. I woke up that Wednesday. Man, I was 10 toes down. I drank their Kool-Aid, and I woke up and I was like, oh my God. It was like, I think the reality set in. Like, damn, 3 months wasn't enough time. You know what I'm saying? Shit, like I kind of was upset with Joe Biden about it all about, you know what I'm saying? Just like, man, you really did this country a damn disservice, but we done been through this before. I was 10 toes down for Kamala. I'm not gonna even lie about that. I was wishing and hoping the best that she would pull it off. But I think I woke up that Wednesday like, all right, the reality has set in.
I believe when they announced that she was running, that she was ahead of him.
I made a comment to say that
I believe she lost ground.
She did. So she
started off ahead.
She did. She had 1 month to, like, if the elections was being held in September, I think she would have clearly won, because she only showed this amount of herself. He was doing so bad, but you got to realize he's been campaigning since 2020. He's had 4 years. It just wasn't this year. You know what I'm saying? She had 3 months, but the longer it went, the worse it got for her. Realistically, it got worse for her. With the best was the Democratic convention party. That was her strongest moment, and it never got stronger after that. In my personal opinion, it never got stronger.
Well, she been campaigning too, but she was just campaigning as VP with Biden.
Yeah, but she didn't have enough time to flip no states. She didn't have enough time. I don't know if that whole year from January to where we are now would have really made a difference. But damn, 3 months that's not enough time. You know what I'm saying? That's really not enough time. But
so hold on to the lead.
I don't think she could. There's no way she can win to me, because because of what I said earlier about the woman thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for her, like, how can she campaign? Because she's been in office the last 4 years.
Right.
So what does, vice president or not, she's in office. So, a person can look at her and be like, okay, what you gonna do different that y'all ain't been doing the last 4 years. So in order for her to kind of flip the script, she would have to try to distance herself from Biden. And that wouldn't be a good look, you know. So I would do this, I would do that. Well, shit, why didn't you do that? You know, why didn't y'all do that in under this current administration? So for me, she would have had to kind of shit on Biden in order to kind of distance herself and make her stand on her own. Which
she should have.
So let me ask you a question. Were you guys expecting Biden to come out on any of her campaign trails and speak out or speak up for her?
You don't need him. You know, he's not gonna he's not gonna make a difference.
Right. He already showed he wasn't able to run again. So him coming out saying something, this is when to win, you gotta cut him, you gotta cut loose of him altogether. All Trump did was tie her into his shenanigans.
He did.
And what he did, it did not do. And she never distanced. She should have been like, that was his presidency. She needs to kind of like get him out the picture. Like what he did and I did, we too different. I'm running on my own now so I can make changes. And she should have dumped on him. For real. She got
that's not how the game's played, though. Not within your own party, you don't do that.
Man, that's the only way they was gonna win.
Yeah, I thought they could have. I thought they could have did more, but at the end of the day, it's just water under the bridge.
Once those boys staged them assassination attacks, it was over.
Yeah, I said that too. You know, nobody getting shot in their ear like that, and you know your ear ain't shot off and no shit like that. Like, man, stop that shit. You don't get up, somebody shoot at you and fist bump.
You think that helped get his people more behind him?
His people ain't ever went nowhere.
Yeah, it made him the victim. That's what he needed. Because you got to remember,
his people have been 10 toes down.
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah, they was crawling on top of buildings, shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, but you got to remember, he never wanted to bait her in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like he was he didn't know which direction he wanted to go and how he was going to try to attack her. You know, but with time went on, shit, they attacked her. You know, they attacked her. They brought her down. You know,
who was that?
I would say the media. You know,
right? He sat back. He just sat back and let her shoot herself in the foot.
Yeah, because it showed coming up. It was coming out different things. You know, black men don't support her. Just different things. Different rhetoric was coming out. You know, so it was what it was. I think people showed up.
That's been the that was been the notion since she got in the race.
Yeah, but once it was fully announced that she would be running, it was a lot of people spoke up more than before. I think, you know.
I think that's always been hanging over her head. That hung over her head when she was running for president before.
And that's what I'm saying is they didn't pick a good candidate. She failed miserably before.
You know, if we take a poll, who would you have selected for the Democratic? Who would you have selected if you had to pencil in somebody?
Truth be told, because we was already hustling behind the chains, meaning switch from Biden to someone else, I would have picked any one of them white males to run.
Any?
It don't matter. Any one of them. They was anyone that run was gonna start off with a head start lead. All they had to do was maintain it and to be able to manage the hate that he would bring.
What about you, Ryan? Who do you think who had the loudest voice from the Democratic Party this year or either 2023? Like, I don't
know, because you know, you can't really, you know, Biden he's president, and you know, he didn't know whether he was gonna run or not. So it's like there really ain't nobody to step up. So you know, to me, the Democratic Party did themselves a disservice.
Yeah.
Like y'all forced this nigga out at the last minute. if y'all gonna do that shit, why don't y'all force him, force his head earlier? Be like, look, Joe, hey, you can't run. To give somebody else, an opportunity. But it probably would have been Kamala either way. And, like I said, America don't want president.
I believe that debate is what forced them to do that.
Yeah.
That debate where he showed so bad, they're like, you can't do it.
But you see this motherfucker every day, you know he fucked up.
Yeah.
He can't handle it. It just so happens like they knew. I mean, I agree. The debate is what,
That was a fighting straw.
But you knew that before. You knew that before the debate.
Yeah, they definitely knew, because it's nothing to say I just had a bad day. But they knew. They knew. They've been seeing stuff like that from him. And you know what? Ever since he's did that, he seems so free. it seemed like he didn't.
You talking about since he dropped out?
Yeah, he seemed like he seemed like he's like,
yeah, he ain't got that pressure no more.
Exactly.
Shit, when do you see him?
Huh?
I said,
yeah, you don't see him.
Yeah, you don't see him that much, but I've seen him.
That's what I'm saying. Ever since he announced that he wasn't running, shit, you ain't okay. When he got on TV the other day, that was the first time I saw him in 3 months, 4 months.
No, didn't he come to the Democratic convention?
I mean, he may have, but I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that. So
yeah, he was on that stage.
But for me, that was the first time I saw him.
Okay.
4 months.
Yeah.
Right. He wasn't able. He's sick, man. He old, and they should have been pushed the issue. But maybe they thought that they could push him through like they did last time.
Okay.
Arrogance, like I said.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's move along. Wrap this politic talk up. Get to what we like to talk about, the NFL. What about these Chiefs, 9-0? What the hell are they doing, y'all? What the hell are they doing? How are they winning? How are they winning? Close games. What do y'all think? What's your prediction for the Chiefs?
I'm just disgusted.
I predict this will not end well for them, that they're going to get bounced earlier in the playoffs before the AFC Championship game.
So you saying they're not three-peating. They're going to get bounced.
I'm saying they won't make the AFC Championship game.
Okay.
I believe teams that win like this consistently, the play, the call, the something is going to go against you when it's do or die. And that's the playoffs. And I can see them getting tripped up and be like, man, we made this play all year. But so I don't think my money would be on them not three-peating. My money is them not even making it to the Super Bowl.
Who you think knocking them off? And so keep it going. Who you think knocking them off? Give me a team. Who gonna knock them off? Who gonna take them out?
Honestly, it could be anybody. To be honest,
nah, we talking.
I'm just saying this. I'm saying all of the teams in the AFC, anyone that make it, I think can knock them off. Any of them that make it.
I'm trying to get you to hop over. Give me a team. Who you got?
I mean, it ain't just no one team. I think any of them. Houston, Baltimore, I think is not good. Buffalo, Pittsburgh. I think any one of them teams is going. I think that the Chiefs are going to lose one of them games where it comes to the end and they get tripped off by one of them AFC playoff teams. It's not going to be like the number 2 team, which is who? Is it Baltimore or is it Pittsburgh? Who the number 2 team in the AFC right now?
Probably Pittsburgh.
No, it's Buffalo. It's Buffalo. It's not going to. It's going to be before their game. I'm saying that they're going to get knocked on their first playoff game.
Okay. What you got? What you say, Rob?
They
man.
It's frustrating If you're not a Chiefs fan, it's frustrating because they're not unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
They're not a dominant team. They just find ways to win. Um, you damn near got to play a perfect game to beat them, beat the refs, whatever. I don't think. I think they're going to go to the Super Bowl again, but I don't think they're going to win this year.
Mm.
So you think they back to the Super Bowl and they losing the Super Bowl? Okay.
I do. Because I don't trust Baltimore.
Me neither.
I don't trust Buffalo. And
I think it's gonna be one of them other slow teams.
if Cincinnati can get that 7 spot, which they still can, because they're battling like the Chargers and the Colts. So Cincinnati still got a shot at that last spot. So hey, it might be crazy, but I think Cincinnati is the one team that can beat them. I don't until I see it. I don't think Baltimore can do it, and I don't think Buffalo can do it.
I tried to tell you, boys, but you're gonna hear it from me. The team that's gonna beat the Chiefs is gonna be the Steelers, and it's gonna be led by the man that cooks on Sunday.
Oh my goodness.
Supper, breakfast, lunch, and that's Russ. Russ is gonna be the guy that send the Chiefs home or get them their first L.
I don't see it.
And you heard it here first. He's gonna be the guy to get them their first L.
And listen, and I'm not pushing back on that necessarily because of Russ.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pushing back on that because of Tomlin.
What?
Yep.
We call him the greatest, the GOAT of black head coaches.
If you peel back the onion and take a look, this nigga's have not been good in the playoffs. All this talk about not having a losing record. Huh?
So Tomlin been coaching in the playoffs a long time. A lot of the teams he get to the playoffs shouldn't have made the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. We're talking about he ain't good in the playoffs. You're talking 2016.
No.
That's the last time they've been to the playoffs.
Way longer than that. If you look at his record since they won that Super Bowl.
But what I'm just trying to
and you can't have it both ways. You can't celebrate him for not having a losing record, but then when he loses in the playoffs, be like, "Oh, what you expect? They shouldn't have made the playoffs." You can't have it both ways.
Well, I'm just disputing the whole his playoff record is not the greatest. Yes, because he's taking teams to the playoffs that's not playoff teams.
So he can't lose then. He can't lose with the way you all are grading him. He can't lose because the teams that he's taking shouldn't make it, which is false. That's maybe the last couple of years, but them Big Ben years, no, you can't say that. Those teams were 13-3 and 12-4. What are you talking about? You're talking about the last 2 years teams shouldn't have made it.
I mean, but to me, they were never the best team in the AFC.
So, like I'm saying, Mike Tomlin can't lose in your eyes because whatever he does is, you're going to give him credit for making it, but then once they lose, he don't get no blame because, hey, they shouldn't have made it anyway.
It's kind of like the Chiefs season right now. They barely winning. It's like what they did. It's like what they did last year. Their ass was losing so bad to the point that they shouldn't even been in the playoffs. And then by the playoffs, they got the shit together.
So the Steelers team that went 11-0 a couple years ago, they started off the year at 11-0. So now you're going to tell me
who's the quarterback?
I don't give a fuck. It's a Mike Tomlin quarterback. It's a Mike Tomlin led team, and they
were 11-0. I can't remember when they were 11-0.
Mark Rudolph.
11-0.
But what I'm trying to say is, Rodney, peel back the onion even further. How many years in the playoffs did they lose a game that they were supposed to win? I can't remember none. All the games they lost, I knew they was going to lose going into the game.
Well, how about when they lost to Jacksonville? When Jacksonville went there and beat them. The year Jacksonville went to the AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots, they went into Pittsburgh and beat Pittsburgh. Were they were supposed to lose that game? Against Blake Bortles?
They could have been undefeated. They could have been undefeated this year.
Well, I'm just saying.
No. Answer my question.
That's one. That's one.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, we're saying for a coach that make the playoff more times than not, some of them teams wasn't just to
you
me.
Can't give a pass. I'm sorry, you cannot. Marty Schottenheimer didn't get a pass.
So what's your resolution? You saying that Pittsburgh need to let him go, or like he ain't? He
just saying
they need a new coach, or what?
He just saying that the Chiefs
keep him because he takes the team to the playoffs and they lose, so he don't get no. He get credit for getting the team there, but if he lose, well, hey, what you expect? So fuck it. Let him keep coaching. Let him go 9-7. Well, I can't go 9-7 no more. Let him go 10-7, 11-6. Make the playoffs, lose, and then we all make excuses like, well, they had Mason Rudolph as quarterback.
Well, I think
I would say
at some point, Mike Tomlin is going to have to win something other than the Super Bowl 20 years ago. At some point.
So you saying
right now,
to justify, Tomlin got to go to at least the AFC Championship game, or is it Super Bowl?
At some point, he ain't been to a Super Bowl since when?
I can't remember.
2009? No, 2011. Because that's when Green Bay won. 2011. Okay. This is 2024.
Man, that is a long time. As you said out loud, that's a real long time.
They ain't won the Super Bowl since 2009. So
they also too, since they lost their quarterback Big Ben, they haven't replaced him with no.
But that ain't Tomlin's fault. They never did a good job of developing a quarterback behind Big Ben. That's the GM fault. That's not Tomlin's fault.
God damn. That's
Tomlin's fault. You're part of development.
All other coaches get blamed at some point for not winning or not developing or something. So you mean to tell me that Tomlin can go 15 years without making an AFC Championship game, and it ain't his fault? He takes no blame in that?
No, you're right.
That don't make sense.
Over the 15 years, I'm not saying that he should have made all 15, but he got to throw a couple of more AFC Championship games in there. He ain't had to go to Super Bowl, but a couple of more AFC Championship games.
I like Mike Tomlin. I like him, but you still got to be fair and look at it like.
Well, I think
he gonna have to do something.
I think if you're the owner and you the GM and you getting to him, he's had a winning season, which has affected your draft order. So it's not like he's had a losing season and he screwed up all these number one picks that they have. He hasn't. He hasn't done that. So
Pittsburgh don't change coaches though. They keep it. They only have 3 coaches in their existence.
So that was you got to remember something. So what's the coach before him? Cowan?
Bill Cowher.
No, Cowher. Bill Cowher.
So yeah. That was the running conversation that he won with his team. He won the Super Bowl with his team because he hasn't really put together this team and got them on the field and they did this, that. You follow what I'm saying? He hasn't done that, So that's why I couldn't give him, like in our private conversation, I couldn't give him that top spot as the best coach You know what I'm saying? Because of that.
There aren't many, but there aren't but a handful of coaches that even have that authority to draft.
Right.
32 teams. Shit, 28 of them motherfuckers, they waiting for the GM to put the team together.
Yeah. So let's get the audience.
That's not a knock on him. Like, there aren't very many coaches in a position that can put together a roster.
Nah, that's not a knock. But if you talking about the best of all time, you know you can't skip over that either. If you haven't put your team together, you can't skip over that.
But there aren't. But that's what I'm saying.
There's nobody doing it.
In the history of the game.
Right. Andy Reid ain't doing it. He just take what he got and
you don't think Andy Reid had a hand in selecting Pat Mahomes?
I mean, he had some say so, but for the team, the GM go out there and do that.
Their GM went out and got Pat Mahomes
per Andy Reid.
No. It wasn't per Andy Reid. What's the GM name? I forgot his name. But he went and scouted. Old boy at Texas Tech, and came back and said, "Hey, Andy, this is who we getting." And he brought Andy on board with it. But it wasn't like Andy Reid went out and saw tape on Pat Mahomes and like, yeah, we got to draft.
Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's how most coaches are. You give me the players, and it's up to the coach to develop it. That's where you can say, Tomlin, we didn't give you some top quarterback picks, and you haven't developed them.
No, you can't say that to him because they ain't gave him top picks.
One of them was.
What we're saying is there are only about 4 or 5 coaches.
Yeah, that do it all.
Like in history that have really had the autonomy to go out and draft players and coach the team.
Okay, so let's use the reality. Was he giving top players to coach?
Fuck yeah.
Who? Yeah, who?
Oh, what you talking about? What side of the ball you talking about?
On the offensive side.
Well, they keep a good receiver.
They do.
They keep receivers.
So Pickett.
They keep cycling in good running backs. Okay. You had a top 10 quarterback for 15 years. What are you talking about?
You got two.
You're trying to tell me
you got 2 Super Bowls with him.
Huh?
I said you got 2 Super Bowls with the top quarterbacks. So it ain't like they wasted.
He got 1.
I thought Ben has 2.
Ben has 2, but Mike Tomlin has 1.
Oh, that's right. Okay. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. Okay, that's right. Okay.
So, I mean, what's your like? Mike Tomlin has had good teams, and those teams have failed in the playoffs.
I get you.
The last couple of years, he's had 9-8 teams, 10-7 teams, 10 teams that we didn't really think that were that great, and he's managed to get them to the playoffs. Yeah, but all in all, he has been a playoff failure since they won that Super Bowl.
I get what you're saying, Rodney. The one Super Bowl early made people forget about the 15 years of just not really being a great playoff coach.
They've been they've been for every 15
without that Super Bowl win, they would be talking about him a whole lot different.
Yeah.
Do you guys think the people in the city feel your way, your view? You think the people in Pittsburgh feel like that?
They love Tomlin. That's why he's still there.
I think they scared to fire myself.
Right. The city would be they can't fire him.
I don't even think. Well, I'm thinking on some other shit. You know, he's never had a losing season.
Right.
And he's the longest tenured black coach in the league. I don't think they want that firestorm.
Right, that's what I'm saying. PR, you talk about why you fired a black coach that ain't had a losing season, and it'll be. Yeah, he ain't gave them a reason to. He do just enough to.
As long as he don't crater out and go, 4-13 or some shit like that, I think he'll be there.
Okay. let's get off into some of these picks that we had. So we had the Thursday night game, Baltimore versus Cincinnati. Said not here to speak on what he was thinking when he picked Cincinnati. So
I could speak on that because
go ahead.
I wanted to take Cincinnati, and I would have took them if it was on Sunday. But I hate starting off bad on Thursday, so I just took the same pick and went with Baltimore. But the reason why Baltimore is really not that good, their defense is porous, and if it wasn't for Cincinnati terrible defense, first of all, they had the game under control. They had the running back fumbled the ball, scored. Before that, Baltimore and Lamar Jackson was looking real average. And then all of a sudden, it changed the momentum, and then they couldn't stop them. But I thought Cincinnati was a little bit more desperate. I thought that's why they would win, because they was more desperate for the win than Baltimore was.
I personally thought I picked Baltimore to win. They won. I was looking at Cincinnati's momentum. I remember the game earlier this year. It was close. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, I think Cincinnati played them different. But then I think I figured out T. Higgins wasn't playing that day, so I didn't know. I didn't expect Chase to have the amazing game that he did have. So that's the only reason why I went with them. Had they had T. Higgins, I probably would have made the mistake and went with Cincinnati as well. You know, because I knew they've already. It's hard to beat the same team twice in 1 year and stuff like that. So in one season, I should say. So I was kind of thinking like, this is the game Cincinnati get back, but I was like, nah, it ain't. This is in Baltimore. If y'all lost at home, y'all not coming into Baltimore and picking them. What was your reason, Ryan, for picking Baltimore?
T. Higgins not playing.
Yeah, okay.
Because they're the same team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, Baltimore has a better run game, but Cincinnati in the passing game, I think balances it back out. So T. Higgins not playing. That's why I picked him. But we all see how these games go. I mean, shit.
Okay.
They go down to the wire, and like said, wake up on Friday, like, fuck, why I picked Cincinnati? But they were right there. They could have won. Like today. Like I had Denver, and I'm feeling good because my Denver, let me get on a tangent. My Denver and Washington picks today. If I
picked Denver,
You
picked Denver.
I had Denver.
Okay, yeah. Explain yourself.
Not yet. Because I got a scenario we got to go to. So the week before, Tampa Bay goes to Kansas City, and they don't go for it. They choose to take the game to overtime. Thursday night, we have Cincinnati go for it. Who's right? Who wrong? Give me your opinion on that. Do you go for it? You on the road?
Now, I believe both cases they should have went for it. On the road, your offense was probably your best unit. You go for it off of one play. My problem with Cincinnati, you can't have a guy catch for 260 yards and he ain't even looked at on the that was my I'm good with going for it. The dude that got 260 is 1-on-1.
Say his name so the people understand you talking
about. This is when I look back at it, 1-on-1, they move the receiver to the side by himself. You could have did slant, inside, outside, whatever. They called a timeout. Then they put twins over there. He's still by himself.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm him, if I'm them, the ball just go over there. I don't care how. I don't care what route. The ball goes to him. No T. Higgins. I'm not throwing to no second and third string tight end on no quick throw. He the first read, he the second read. So that's where I think the coach messed up, and he didn't see the game. The boy was 260. You got to throw it to him on, and they wasn't doubling. So I think it was the right play to go for it. I just think that I would have put it into the guy that had 260 yards in the game already. So that's my thought.
What's your thoughts, Ryan? You go for it?
Yeah, Tampa Bay, they coach, he nutted up on that one. I mean, he tried to explain it after the fact, but it don't make sense. Like you're playing the world champions. They get every fucking call, seemingly. Like you had a great Baker Mayfield had a great drive to tie this game. I mean, to get you down there in that position. Go for the throat. Go for the throat right there because I mean, you taking your chances on okay. We tied this game up by the skin of our teeth. Now we're gonna go out there and beat them in overtime. No, and then they were saying like I heard some pundits saying, well, they had just stopped Kansas City. Kansas City stopped themselves because what they were doing was Kansas City was trying to make Tampa Bay burn their timeouts. So they ran the ball 2 times right up in the middle of the pile to make them burn their timeouts. Mm-hmm. And then they dropped the pass. So that's how Tampa Bay got the ball back. So it wasn't necessarily Tampa Bay shutting their defense down, shutting their offense down. So I think Todd Bowles, he blew it on that one.
What about the Cincinnati?
Oh, yeah, Cincinnati, go for it. I mean, obviously, like Ann said, you got Jamar Chase with 264. So you want to give him the ball, but, sometimes you outsmart yourself.
Yeah. So here's my thought. So when it came down to it, I think I was like, yeah, go for it. But then I realized I'm like, shit, they ain't got Mike Evans. They don't have fucking can't think of the other
Goodwin.
Goodwin. Yeah, they don't have Mike Evans, they don't have Goodwin. So I'm like, who the money guy that you're gonna throw to for a 2-point conversion to win? Because if I'm on the team and we don't make this, I'm like, man, just kick the damn field goal. You damn if you do, damn if you don't. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really mad at Todd Bowles on how he played that.
Think about what you just said. You don't have Mike Evans and you don't have Chris Godwin. Mm-hmm. That's why you go for the win. Because the chances are you can't win the game if you don't have your two top receivers. And now you have an opportunity to win it on one play. You go for it because the odds are against you.
Who you gonna throw to?
Same people you threw to get the touchdown.
To get you down there.
See that, and see that's to me is why I think he didn't go for it. Like, ain't no playmakers. They were making plays that day.
You playing with house money. You playing in a game that you ain't supposed to win. You're going against the world champs. You shorthanded. It don't matter. I can bank on me getting 3 yards more so than me having to try to play an overtime and win a game in overtime. I don't care who I'm throwing to. It don't matter. I'm playing with house money. I'm trying to steal a game. I got 1 play to get 3 yards. Let me do that.
Yeah. Now in the Cincinnati game, I agree. They shouldn't have never called the timeout. Once you saw what you saw, hike that damn ball, hit Chase. It was everything you saw. Why would you need to call a timeout and see it again? You don't give them a clue of what you're doing. You should have hiked the ball, went right at Chase. You know what I'm saying? To me, I thought the coach blew that. I thought he blew that. He had that, and it kind of reminded me of Seattle's Super Bowl loss against New England. You did throw it to your best receiver, So that was it on that. That's what I wanted to bring up on that. Let's go to the next game. New York versus the Carolina Panthers. And only Sid and Rodney picked the Panthers.
Why?
I gotta know this. What the hell y'all knew?
You got 2 trash teams. One's at home. Well, it was in
Germany.
Or Germany or wherever. But you got 2 trash teams, but they're going in different directions. Carolina is going up, Giants going down.
What you mean? Carolina just traded a receiver and traded away their players.
And they won 2 in a row.
As of today, it's 2. But yeah, other than that,
and they won 2 in a row.
Yeah.
So, and the Giants are trash.
Yeah, they
absolute
are
trash. So
that
was
well, hold on. I say this about the Giants. They got a good defensive front, but offensively they are trash. They are trash. Daniel Jones is so horrible. He can make good throws, but he holds that ball too long. He get his receivers cracked, wide open.
That was the easy one.
Okay.
The Giants are trash.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought the Giants was just a better team than Carolina. I thought Carolina traded away. Who their quarterback? Who Carolina quarterback?
Bryce Young.
He went back to quarterback?
Yeah, because Andy Dalton got hurt.
He been the quarterback the last 3 games.
And so Bryce Young was forced to take over. So let's go to the other upset. We got the Bears versus.
That wasn't no upset.
that's moving. Everybody. Hold on. Everybody had the Bears. The Bears versus New England. That was upset to me.
That wasn't an upset. That was just me being stupid.
Listen, everybody. I never thought New England was gonna win this game.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of thought it. I just took the safe pick. I'm telling you why.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you. Caleb Williams is trash.
Hold on.
He's trash.
Hold on.
He's horrible.
Is he trash or is it the development in Chicago?
He this year is trash. He not ready.
I think it's the development. What you think, Rodney? You think Caleb Williams is trash, or you think it's the development going on in Chicago?
For their sake, it better be the coaching staff.
Their whole coaching staff gonna be fine. He is trash
because it's 2 quarterbacks.
GM included.
There's 2 quarterbacks in a row that.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's go back to last year, 2023. I made a statement and said I wouldn't give up Justin Fields. I would make them duel it out. So did the GM make the right decision in giving up Justin Fields and not keeping Justin Fields there with Caleb Williams?
You can't say.
You can't say yet.
You can't say 1 year, 6, not even a full year.
We won't know this for another 3 years.
Wait. Why you say you can't say and you just say he's trash?
Right now, he's trash. Just like at the beginning, Geno Smith was trash, but he ain't trash no more. Geno Smith was trash at the beginning. But what I'm just saying is it's going to take him some time. They did him a misservice. Right now, I can say he trash because his receivers is like, man, you don't throw the ball. He hold the ball too long. He's just not a good quarterback right now.
Well, he hold the ball too long, and it's a mix. Like he don't have time to throw.
Yeah.
His offensive line is garbage, and then when he do, it's just like he hold on. When he do get a little time, he hold on to too long. So I think he just in a fog right now. He need a good play caller, somebody that can really coach him. I don't think
he need an offensive minded coach. That's what when you draft to the quarterback number 1, I need an offensive minded coach. I need somebody that's gonna help design plays to make it easy, like they do for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
you got
make it easy. They got him running a college system in the pro.
You got to give Dan credit for that. He's a defensive mind coach, and he went to hire a good offensive minded guy to help mold Jaden Daniels. And I never thought Washington would look this good, this year so early right now. And I think they're doing smart with Daniels and dialing back his running. Just have him read, throw the ball away, hand it off. Something simple. Okay, let's go to the what happened with this Atlanta Falcons in this New Orleans game.
Atlanta ain't good.
Is Kirk Cousins the biggest crook in the NFL?
Kirk Cousins do what Kirk Cousins do. That's all it was.
No, that's not.
He don't get no blowback.
That's not what. Look, the Falcons are the Falcons. Like they're they can lose,
to anybody.
especially a division game. That's a division game. You play. I mean, regardless of what New Orleans is doing, it's hard to play in New Orleans because regardless if they 2-7 or 7-2, their crowd is going to be into the game. It's a tough place to play. Atlanta went down there and lost. Okay.
Division game. You're right, Rod.
Division
games are different.
Why is it that Kirk Cousins don't ever receive blowback the other quarterbacks get?
He do.
I ain't never heard none of them take 30 minutes.
For the longest, they said he can't win in primetime games. They would throw the stat up there. Kirk Cousins is 0-15 in primetime games.
Yeah, the owners must
not. Cousins has never won a playoff game. He trust me, he gets blowback.
Shit,
but it was one of those games. Like division game in New Orleans, they lost. No fingers to point. It's just they lost. They kick. Well, if you want to point fingers, that kicker missed 4 kicks. Okay. If you want to point fingers at somebody, you know, it's just that's a loss.
Division games are different. That's just those can go either way, no matter how good or bad the teams are.
Sound like y'all making an excuse, but we're gonna move along. Here's your chance, Rodney. You had your boy Russ going against Washington. What did you see?
Washington should have won the game. Washington was up 24-14, controlling the game. Pittsburgh came back. I mean, I haven't been this mad since I was actually rooting for an NFL team. Like I haven't been this mad since the Rams.
So what you say changed? They up because I seen they was up 24-14. What happened?
I want to say a special teams play kind of got them back in the game. But even that being said, it was 28-27.
Right.
They had stopped Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had to punt. If the ball was at midfield, it was 4th and 1. There's no way Pittsburgh would chance going forward in that position and then give the ball to them at the 50-yard line with them only needing a field goal.
Thank God.
Right.
So you know they were going to punt it. So they go out and you know what they're going to do. They're going to come out, do a hard count, try to draw you outside.
Nah, he did.
The motherfucker didn't even get to a hard count. That motherfucker said, "Hut."
He did a different hard count. He did a different hard count.
Didn't even do it. That motherfucker came out there and said, "Hut," and the motherfucker jumped right off sides. I'm like, somebody on Pittsburgh had to have moved to make him just do
Russ
it.
moved. Russ moved.
I'm like, no. So that was the maddest I've been like since I was rooting for the Rams because, as I said earlier, I had Denver. I had Washington. I'm the only one that had those two. I would like it would be over. It would be over. Like it would be over. And I'm like, the motherfucking Chiefs blocked the field goal, and then this motherfucker jumps off sides.
Horrible bad. I was screaming when
true story. I had Washington till this morning, and I changed it late.
Why? What made you change it?
The running back for Washington was hurt, and I thought that Pittsburgh defense would be for a rookie would give him more trouble than what this is Pittsburgh defense now. So I thought Pittsburgh defense. I took Jaden Daniel and McLaurin out for my fantasy team and benched them in the league that I'm in because I just thought without the running game, I said Pittsburgh's supposed to have a good D. The defense. I thought this would be the game that the defense would win. Now, when they went up 24-14, I was like, man, I thought it was over. I thought Washington would win. I thought that they would control it. That's why I asked Rodney. I didn't see the game. I don't know what changed and how, but I seen they got a couple of more swerve touchdowns quick.
They did.
And I'm like,
So what I liked about the game is Pittsburgh was on the road and they didn't panic. Listen, they were sacking Russ' ass. Russ threw an interception. but Russ hit Mike Williams. This is his first game as a Pittsburgh Steeler after being traded from the Jets. Threw that moon ball to him. They had the running game going, but you got to remember, Russ didn't throw for over 200 yards. I think he threw maybe 199 or 198 or something like that. So it was like a ground and pound type game, but they really showed they're a good resilient team. And I got to tip my hat off to Washington because they made a game out of it with a rookie. Like when you're watching Jaden Daniels, he don't play like no rookie. He seemed more composed, kind of like the C.J. Stroud of last year. You know what I'm saying? He seemed more composed. They got a good running game. They just got cooked. Russ cooked them a few times. You know, that's it. He cooked them a few times. He caught him slipping, and then and how he ended it with the rookie. I mean, the defensive guy. Listen, my heart goes out to him because he was crying and stuff like that, and he didn't even shake their hands as he was walking out. They had to console old boy, you know, but he was trying to hurt somebody. You know, he ended up hurting
Mr. Pro. Mr. Pros, man, I don't care about all that.
Because
say that again.
No, I'm saying I couldn't be no coach because some shit would just be unforgivable. Like you know, like if you drop a ball, you know, a guy beats you off the line. I mean, I get it. Some shit, I get it, but some things I could not accept.
Well, I tell you this,
fourth and 1 at the 50, under 2 minutes, and you know they can't afford to not.
You do not know that. You do not
absolutely,
know that.
You absolutely know that.
You do not.
I would rather for
He's
them
a
to get
rookie.
I would rather for them to get the first down running the ball than you to pop off sides.
Yeah, you know, to me, these things have to happen so you can learn them and get them in your system. You know what I'm saying? Now it may cost you embarrassment, but you have to get that in your system. You know what I'm saying? Because
Squeak. That's not the first time that play has happened for him in his football career.
Right.
You know that. You know
probably
that.
Probably in that uniform.
That's not. I don't care if it's the first time this season. That's not the first time he's been in a 4th and 1 or short yardage situation when you know the other team is trying to draw you off sides.
The only thing I can say,
you know
that.
I mean, you gotta you know that.
It's a lot of chefs. But there's only one Russ that cooked, so that has to be what it was. Set them up. Yeah, I had to set them up like that. Let's go to the next game. The Jets and the Jets and
yeah. Let me see why the fuck y'all picked the Jets.
No.
It must be a New York thing because y'all was on the Giants.
Mine is easy. I'm gonna tell you mine. Mine is real easy.
Okay.
I had the Cardinals. I made 2 switches. I made the Pittsburgh switch and I switched to the Jets. Only because I need the Cardinals to lose for my 49ers to get in first place. And I couldn't be rooting for a team. I said, man, I think they're going to win. But I need these cats to lose. So I switched to the Jets. That was the only reason for me. Now, I don't know about the other cats, Rod, but I was doing it.
You and said was drinking that Kool-Aid. You and said
what Kool-Aid?
The Aaron Rodgers Kool-Aid.
No, I told you. I told you last week. I picked the Cardinals for the upset last week. I told you the Cardinals was on the road. The only reason I picked them is because in my heart of hearts, I'm hoping them to lose. And I can't pick for someone that I'm totally rooting to lose. That's just me. Yeah, I would be mad if they win.
Yeah, I would be interested to see what Sid had to say.
Yeah, I definitely would.
I think Sid was doing it for the same reason. If I had to bank it, it was close enough, and he like, I need the Jets to win this game for the Rams' sake.
NFC West shit.
I'm just saying. Now Hughes, I don't know why who else? It was just me and Sid.
Yeah. I didn't drink that Kool-Aid. No, I had Kyler Murray cooking them like I knew he would. You know, like and see the Arizona, they one of them teams that get up and down on you.
They hot right now.
Yeah, they hot, but they hard to pick with. When you riding with them, they would disappoint you. When you go against them, they burn you. You know.
They hot right now. I told you I had them picked, but I was like, I need them cats to lose. They already beat the 49ers once. I need to get a game up. Like, we got to get into first, and I need them to lose, and I need the Rams to lose.
Okay, so let's do is week 10. Where are your all's feelings with, who's coming out the NFC, who's coming out the AFC? Has that changed for you all? Has that changed for you, Ant? If you're being honest, put your 49ers pride to the side.
He's saying the 49ers coming out.
49ers for sure coming out the NFC.
Is
I believe that with every fiber in my bone. I can't see it no other way.
Who's their big? Let me ask you this then: who's their big competitor? Who's their toughest competition that you fear this year for them that you don't want to match up? Who?
Health. Their health.
Oh, okay. So you ain't scared of no team then?
They can beat Detroit, Green Bay. None of these NFC teams. The only teams that I know that they gonna struggle against is Baltimore and the Chiefs.
Yeah,
they got their number.
Yeah, I agree.
Nobody in NFC I'm worried about.
And that goes for the other NFC teams too. They're not worried about San Francisco.
Probably not. Not right now.
Because I think if Philadelphia is on their square, they'll beat San Francisco.
They coach though.
I know. But
so between Philly and Detroit, which one you like better, Ron?
Detroit. Detroit's going to the Super Bowl. But I think if Philly can get their shit together, and then they could pose a threat also. Yeah. But I still have Detroit and Kansas City going to the bowl.
I believe it's going to play in the matchups for them and who all be matched up with who. But I think the 49ers can beat all of them teams. Philly, Detroit, Green Bay.
Everybody can beat everybody. There is no team out there that can't be beaten. So it's just a matter of, seeing it happen on the field. And I'm confident that Detroit, well, they won't have to go on the road.
They're going to have the number 1 seed.
Yeah, they won't have to go on the road this year.
Right. They're going to have the number 1 seed. So somebody going to have to go. I don't know. They still got them division. Don't they got the division games still to do?
Yeah, but they're better than those teams.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, they'll lose. I mean, they're not going to go undefeated the rest of the season, but I don't think they're going to have enough damage done to them in that division to where it's going to cost them. They might. Well, they've already played Detroit. They played Detroit and Minnesota. They haven't played Chicago yet. That's two.
Yeah, that's easy too. I got you. And then for AFC, I take the field over Kansas City. I don't know which one of them teams, but I just don't believe Kansas City making it back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's switch off the sports for a little bit. So, this last week we had a pioneer pass away, Quincy Jones.
Yeah, that's tough.
R.I.P. Quincy. What's your top Quincy Jones album? And let me ask y'all: do you believe he's one of the best? Do you believe he's the top producer in music? Any genre?
I would say yes.
Okay.
This is just based off his catalog and the people that he's worked with, and what he's done, from scoring movies to, producing for Frank Sinatra, MJ, he was behind the We Are the World shit, the song that they use in Austin Powers. He did that song in the 60s.
Yeah.
It just got in.
No, damn, I'm late then.
Yeah. Yeah. So he did that in the 60s. So yeah, he worked with Ray Charles. Like he was that dude. He was
Yeah.
that dude.
And you never heard any kind of rumblings regarding his music, that he wasn't writing it, that he stole this, he stole that. You don't hear any, I never heard any rumblings about him, like you hear with other producers and stuff like that.
Well, I think and plus he was like, he didn't necessarily have to do the music. He was just like, I forgot. I was, been seeing a few people talk about him since he died, and it's like he just knew how to bring people together.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily where he had to pick up an instrument and play it, or but he knew how to just bring it all together. Okay, you play this, you play that. I'm gonna call this motherfucker to come in. He gonna play this, and it's all gonna work.
Yeah, he was doing what DJ Khaled do now. He was doing that back then. What's our best Quincy Jones album produced, in your opinion?
Fuck, I guess it got to be Thriller, right?
That's what I was thinking. Like,
Off the Wall for me.
Yeah, I guess it got to be Thriller.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with any of MJ's.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, let's do the swerp of the week. I'm gonna start off with you, and who's your swerp of the week?
Swerp of the week, Democratic Party, but not for allowing Trump to win again and not putting the best foot forward as a party to try to. I don't believe they tried hard enough. I believe that they thought that they was gonna win just because of the Trump hate, and I think that the Democrat Party's swerp of the week. I think they could have put more effort into trying to win this election instead of not losing it.
And what's crazy? I don't think Joe Biden would have beat Trump if minus the setback he had during the election. I mean, the debate. I don't think he would have beat Trump 1-on-1. But that's neither here nor there. What about you? And Ryan, what's your swerp of the week?
I didn't have one, but I just found one.
Okay.
You got You got something on your phone to pull up swerp cats?
Hey, whenever I don't have one, I just pick my phone up and go to Instagram, Facebook, and something will pop up.
Mm-hmm.
So something just popped up. I just shared it with you all. And for anybody that might be listening out there, go look up Deebo Samuels walking into the stadium today.
For real. I seen that early.
Zesty.
That is my swerve of the week.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what's going on. When I seen that, I was like, bruh, what is we doing?
You should have saw what he did last year. He did something similar.
Yeah. The outfit, the walk. I mean,
yeah, zesty. Well, my swerve of the week is I kind of piggyback off yours, and instead of the Democratic Party, I'm gonna go ahead and just say what it is. Joe Biden's my swerve of the week. For what he did, how he played us. Yeah, you my swerve of the week.
You putting all blame on Joe Biden.
Yeah, all of it.
He the swerve, but why is he the swerve?
He the swerve to me because I think he did us a disservice. You know what I'm saying? With
by doing what?
Of not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Of not doing enough, waiting to the
last. He said he should have promoted Kamala too.
Not only should he promoted Kamala and been an aide for her, you really should have helped her. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of
he's not physical enough to help himself.
Hey, that's why you get your ass out. They forced him out. This mug still trying to push on and be the president for another 4 years. Like, you had to be told you couldn't do it. And you originally said that you was only going to do 4 years. You wasn't going to go for another term. So here we are in 2024, and guess what you're doing? You're going against your word. So that's why he must work. Because he put us up, he put the country at odds, so that's it. That's my swerve of the week, and this wraps up episode 52. Anything before we log off, guys? Any farewells?
Real quick, have y'all been following the college playoffs and all that stuff?
I saw Colorado get it in. That was a good game.
Do y'all think Colorado gonna make the 12-team tournament?
I do. I'm pushing them. I'm pushing for them. What about you, Rod?
They got a good shot because they're in a weak conference.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
do you think they can make some noise?
No, they can't. They can't compete with a bona fide
Top 10 team.
Yeah, they can't compete with them. But
So I got a quick.
Go ahead.
If you had to pick between them and Boise State making it, which one would you pick? Or do you think both of them should be there?
Right now, Boise should be there, right? Isn't Boise like top 10 or something?
I think they 13 or 12, somewhere around in there. They right on the cusp.
So right now, Boise deserves to be there. Colorado doesn't.
Do you want to see them both in, or do you think one over the other? If they only can get one.
Oh, I don't want to see Boise State.
You don't?
No. I don't want to see Boise State. Like, no. If like Boise State, I mean, I know their running back is probably gonna win the Heisman, but you're not tuning in to see Boise State. You'll tune in to see Colorado.
Hey, quick question. Did I hear that Travis Hunter is not eligible for Heisman? Or he didn't get no votes or something?
He's anybody.
No, that's Shador. That's Shador that didn't get the votes.
Okay. What was the reason behind that?
Because they all going to Travis. It's kind of like when you got two on the same team, they split, but Travis still got enough to be, Travis they guy. So they trying to push one, otherwise they won't have neither.
Okay, and one final question. You all like Travis on the offensive side, or you like Travis on the defensive side for the next level of the NFL?
Defense for me.
What about you, Rod? If you're drafting them, think as a GM. You bringing them as a receiver, or you bringing them as a D-back?
As a corner.
I'm opposite. I like him as a receiver.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be. He's not facing any opposition at this point. If ever, I don't think he definitely didn't face no opposition in the SWAT. So I don't think he's really facing no opposition. So it'll be. But I think, obviously the money is at wide receiver. But if I'm scouting, if I'm a GM and I'm looking at him, yeah, I'm gonna get him as a corner.
Okay, fellas. Well, this wraps up episode 52. All the fans out there, like, follow, share, subscribe. This is Pod Deep signing off.
Before we go, my bad. I'm sorry. Jared Hamilton is Swerp of the Week.
Let's go.
Two episodes in a row.
Just overall, he's Swerp, man.
Okay.
Dropping out of the damn football thing. He's just he's Swerp.
Yeah, that's Swerp. Yeah, that was pretty bad, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah, Swerp of the Week. For Swerp of the Year.
He did that to himself with those stupid two teams. Like, did nobody tell you to do that, man?
Hey, Jared had two teams and may have won one time with two teams. Yeah.
No, he won a few more than that. I think
I'm gonna say
he couldn't keep up with which team he was swerping with and which team he was trying to win with. I guess I don't know.
It was y'all wouldn't make them bets properly. It wasn't those it wasn't the pick 'em. It wasn't that. It just y'all was swerping with these bets. That's what soured him.
Hey, we do it every year. So hey.
Yeah, let's go.
Take it to DraftKings. All right, fellas. This wraps up episode 52. To the fans, like, share, subscribe. We out. Peace.
Peace. We doing